Frost Walrus. Well, this guy's stage has a lot in common with Split Mushrooms. The bulk of the difficulty comes from the terrain, and even when the enemies become a problem in the second area, it's more their placement impeding your movement than it is their attacks threatening your health. The first section here, it's pretty mundane. There's not a whole lot in the way of dangerous maneuvers, except for that one dash right there to save time on climbing the platforms. That one's a real bitch to pull off. Although, since it's so damn early in the run, it's really not a hassle. Now, I love to bemoan this shit. I really don't know why, seeing as it's my fucking idea to go through with it, but it's honestly stages like this one and the last couple that I just went through. These are the big reasons why I actually bother going through with the shit that I do, because the biggest draw to a Mega Man game, any Mega Man game for me, is the fact that you can play through these things 24 times and you'll never once have to do it the same way twice. The biggest appeal to me has always been finding new ways to go about things and new ways to challenge myself. And when you're offered a stage, stage design as varied and interesting as the shit here or the stuff in Split Mushroom and Magma Dragoon, it makes doing a challenge like this just an exhilarating thing. Really, it's a lot of fun actually attempting the runs, and coming up with the routes through them feels really satisfying when stuff finally clicks for you. So even when you have shit like Jet Stingrays, where it's more or less just a mindless annoyance, it is worth it to me in the end. This mini-boss, there's probably a way to abuse him to make this go quicker, but I've tried this a fuckload. Like, I've done a lot of experimenting on the guy, and I haven't been able to come up with a way to make it quicker with the X-Buster. It's a little iffy, and speaking of, so is this the first section of this area. I don't really have a set path going through these ice blocks. I pretty much do it a different way every time. It's more or less just me winging it, and I get a little hung up on that part that just passed there. I'm pretty sure that could have been done a little smoother. And this here is obviously where the terrain and the enemy placement becomes a problem, because it shifts up. You're really just left with a bunch of narrow and different heights of platforms, and there's fucking enemies standing on every one, flying through the sky. That's where the bulk of the actual planning came in. First part of the stage and the mini boss there, that was more or less just play it by ear. Not a whole hell of a lot I can say about Frost Walrus himself. Obviously, he's a fat ass in a Mega Man X game, and he's an ice boss in a Mega Man X game, so he's pretty much properly fucked as far as challenge goes. But you probably noticed I got pretty fucking frazzled in the last part of the level there. Those ice birds usually behave a little less quickly than they did this time, so I was kind of fucking about off the fly trying to stop them from coating the whole area, because that really just destroys the run. It cuts the speed out entirely. So I miss a stupid shot. I miss a charged shot there, fired off into fucking nowhere. Even though this is a painfully easy fight, it's mostly just nerves, because, like I said, playing through the second area there is a really iffy thing. One that I didn't really have too optimal a route for, but that cuts out the last of the 8 main stages, so we'll see you next time for the final weapon.